Creating pages is very similar to what we've been doing with posts. I'm going to go to Pages, All Pages. You can see that the only page that I have in my website is a sample page. Currently, if we go to the front end part of the website, we have no access to this page. As I mentioned before, the pages do not get added into your site by default in most themes. Now, of course, if you're using a different theme, the way that your website functions and the way it looks might look different from the one that I'm demoing in this lecture. Needless to say, we're going to learn how we can create pages and add pages. I'm going to go to Add New to add a page. I'll go ahead and add a title for my page. I'm going to add some content and format my content. And once I've incorporated the content, I'm going to go over to the right, and before I publish my page, let's talk about some of the other settings that are unique to pages. The first thing is page attributes. Page attributes is when you can set specific attributes about your page. You can go ahead and set a parent page. This is how you can nest a page underneath another page, and this would also affect any sort of menu that you might have associated. Since I don't really have any other pages except for my sample page, I'm going to just leave this as no parent. We'll leave the order at 0 here. The order is going to help you to define the order in which your pages will appear in the main menu system. You can also set a featured image. On this page, I'm not going to have a featured image, so I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. Since there is no way to access the page right now, and I want to be able to look at it, I'm going to click on Preview Changes. This will show you how the page looks, and as you can see, the page really looks very similar to a post. The main difference from a post page is that there is no place at the bottom to create a comment. Posts are going to have areas to create comments by default. Pages do not. What I'd like to actually do is incorporate this page into my website. In order to do this, I'm going to have to create a menu, but before we do that, let's create a couple more pages. I'll do that quickly so that we can have some content to add to our menu. Alright, now I have several other pages that I want to incorporate into a menu. In order to do this, I'm going to go into the Appearance section and I'm going to go to Menus. In this particular theme, I'm going to need to create a new menu. I can either do that by clicking this link here, or assigning a menu name and clicking Create Menu. I'm just going to call this Main Menu, and I'm going to click Create Menu. Now that I have the main menu, I can specify how I want the menu to structure. You can have it automatically add pages, and it will automatically add any top level pages to the menu. And for this particular theme, you can also tell it where you want the menu to be displayed. We're going to go ahead and have this menu display as a primary menu. I'm going to manually add items to my menu, so I'm going to leave this unchecked. I'll click Save Menu. At this point, I need to add the items into my menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the menu. You can see that under the left-hand pane, I have the ability to add pages or even posts to my menu. In this case, I'm just going to be adding pages. I'm going to add my About Us, my Make a Difference, and my Support. We won't have the sample page be included. I'm going to click Add to Menu, and then these pages are added to the menu. If I want to rearrange the order in which the pages display, I simply grab these and I can drag them. Now you will want to be careful and not indent them. If you do that, you're going to be creating a sub-item for this menu. We'll go ahead and leave these all at the primary top tier level. In addition to adding pages or posts to your menu, you can also add custom links. So if you wanted to actually link to another location, you could add that as a menu item as well. We don't want to do that, so we'll minimize that. And you can also add categories. Categories actually end up being their own page. We aren't going to have this display as part of our menu either, so we'll just add these 3 pages. I'm going to go ahead and click the Save Menu item to save this. The next thing I need to do is go to Manage Locations. When I go to Manage Locations, I can make sure that the primary menu for this theme is using Main Menu. Now, in this case it is, but if I had created other menus, I might have a list of other menus that I might want to assign as a primary menu or as a social menu. We don't need to do that for this particular setting because this is the only menu I've created. I'm going to go back to the front end portion of my website and refresh the page. You can now see that I have links to my menu items that are appearing in the right hand portion of my page. If I click on these, it's going to take me to that particular page. So here's my About Us page, the Make a Difference page, and the Support Sea Creature Saver page. So this gives you a quick overview about how you can create pages and then incorporate the pages by setting them into a menu. Remember that every theme differs, so if you're using a different theme, the way in which you incorporate media, pages, posts, etc. is going to be different based on that theme. We'll be talking about themes at a later point in time, but for right now I just wanted to give you an overview about how you could create and incorporate some of the main content types into your WordPress website.